Hi, and welcome to the August edition of APA Talk. My name is Terry Justice. I'm APA League Operator of Maryland and Eastern West Virginia. In this edition, I am announcing officially my retirement. It's been 35 years, great years in the APA. I started in 1984 with about 30 teams and built it into a great network. I met a lot of great people over the years. I want to thank all the hosting locations, all our division reps, team captains, all our members for supporting us. Again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Together we have built the #1 pool league in the world, the #1 pool league in the APA franchise, the #1 pool league in the world. And for that, I sincerely thank everyone who played a role in this venture that we've had. 35 years. Well, I could have retired at 20, 25, 30, and I don't want to really wait until 40. I want to retire now while I have good health, and my wife Val and I can do some travel and spend some time together, maybe even take the boat out once this year. So again, at this point, I'm announcing my retirement officially. My successor, my daughter, Melissa Frank, has been with the APA for the last 12 years. She's been in extensive training specifically for the last 4 years for this day. She is up to speed in all areas of day-to-day operation, from tournaments to operations to sales and marketing. And quite frankly, don't let her know, but she's a little bit better at some of the stuff than I am. A young mind, fresh set of ideas, and she's going to bring a lot to the APA. Now, in our e-newsletter here, you'll notice that there's a BOG PowerPoint presentation. That's going to announce some of the different things, changes that we're doing, positive changes to help our teams and players out. About a year ago, I made a change to the charts. I was able to revisit the charts, come up with a way of putting all the formats and tiers on their own separate weekends. So if you play in a Tier 1 8 ball, you qualify there, you're coming down one weekend, it's not stretched out over two like it was in the past. Same way with Tier 1 9 ball, Tier 2 8 ball, Tier 2 9 ball. Now, some changes that we're going to be making that are, again, listed in the PowerPoint presentation are we're going to get rid of all Friday night triannual play. Friday night triannuals will no longer exist. You're going to play your triannuals one weekend, as we did about a year ago, but now you're only going to play them on Saturdays and Sundays. No more Friday night play. As I was looking at things, I saw that something that disturbed me. Some of the teams from the outlying counties had to get up early on a Friday, work all day long, fight with rush hour traffic to get down to Baltimore by 8 o'clock, then play all evening with sudden death going into effect around 12 midnight, and then having to drive back home. That is not only unsafe, but it's very tiring, and you're not going to give it your best performance on the tables. So now you can get home from work on Friday night, kick back, get some rest, get up Saturday, be down for Saturday rounds, and if you keep winning, Sunday rounds. So I hope everyone loves the new changes. Again, I'm so sorry I didn't recognize that need earlier, and actually with the size of our league prior to the 2008 recession that came into play, we needed that extra fifth round, but now we don't. So I was able to revisit the charts and set it up to where we only play, again, Saturdays and Sundays for the triannuals. Now, Saturdays, we're going to be playing starting at 12 noon rather than 1 o'clock, 12 noon. Again, it gives you plenty of time to get some rest Friday night and get prepared for the event on Saturday. So we're going to do a 12 noon so that we can pull the evening rounds up to 6 o'clock. And by doing the Saturday 6 o'clock rounds, sudden death goes in around 10, and you can get out of there either somewhere between 10 and 11 and get back home. Now, Sunday rounds are going to start at 11 a.m. again, so that we can pull in the Sunday evening rounds, if necessary, to 5 p.m. So sudden death goes into effect at 9 o'clock on Sunday evening, and that way you can get back home and get ready for the work week. Now and there's only at this point, based upon our size, only limited number of teams are even going to have to play the Sunday rounds, the Sunday evening rounds rather. And in our Tier 1 8 ball, if I recall, I think with the size of our program and the rounds needed, that we may not even have to have Sunday evening rounds at this point on our Tier 1 8 ball. The other formats, again, limited teams will be playing Sunday evening as you keep winning. Now, That said, I wanted to do something additional. I wanted to, I guess I'm announcing that for the fall, I'm going to be all fall team captains. Active team captains in the fall will receive free memberships again this year for 2020 for the spring program. The 2020 APA year, I'm paying again all team captains, all division reps, 2020 APA membership. One other thing, I'm adding $50,000 to travel. I'm going to add $20,000 to national travel to Vegas. I'm upping it by 12% from $5,000 to $5,600 per team for 2020. Again, this is 2020, so that the teams have a little bit more money to offset expenses on traveling out to Vegas to play in the championship. I'm also adding $30,000 to local travel assistance. I realize that some of the teams have to come from outlying, areas, Salisbury, Western Maryland. So I'm restructuring the payout on the TRICE fund, changing it over instead of TRICE fund. So hopefully it helps with accounting. If anyone gets a 1099, we're going to call it Travel Assistance, Fund, or something, similar to that. It'll be on the charts. And Travel Expense Fund, I think, is what we coined as far as that goes. And we're going to take all the teams that come in, whether you make it to the quarterfinals where you're guaranteed $250, we're going to guarantee all teams a minimum of $250. So if you make it to the quarterfinals, you're still going to get the $250. If you come up a round short, or if you lose the first round, you're still going to get $250. We're taking the finals where, if you make it into the finals, one team is going to advance to the World Qualifier, one's not. Currently, the team that doesn't advance gets $300. We're raising that to $350. And so every team, when they walk in the door, at our tournament site, will receive $250 cash at that point. That can help offset travel expenses, gas, whatever you want to use it for. And you only have to share it with the people that are coming down with you to travel. If someone has let your team down, this is now that it's called travel expense money. They are not entitled to any portion of it. The players that come down and participate are the ones that share in the travel expense money. Now, if someone is ill and can't make it, by all means, I would highly suggest the team, give them their fair share. But again, if they've let your team down, they're not going to come down, and they don't have a good excuse, then you do not have to share travel expense money with them. So that's another little change that we made. Now, so again, you'll get $250 as soon as you walk in. If you make it into the final round, you'll get an additional $100 to take you up to $350, or an additional $750 if you're in Tier 1 to take you up to $1,000, or additional $500 if you're in Tier 2 and you win to take you up to the $750 mark. And we're still doing the spin and win too. So again, I always try to invest in the operation and invest in our members, our team captains. I really super appreciate everything everyone does to promote our program. Again, without you guys, we would not be #1 in the nation, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, for my final piece of conversation here with you is I want to congratulate all of our Vegas teams that are heading out here in a few days, within the next week or so, out to play in the championships out there. We have 8-ball teams, 9-ball teams, masters teams, ladies teams, mixed format to go out and play in the minis. We have, I believe, Jack and Jill doubles. We have all kinds of things happening where they're heading out to Vegas. And again, congratulations for making it to that level. The best of luck out there. My wife Val and I will be out there to root you on, as will Melissa and her husband Mac, and my son Derek will all be out there. We'll be popping back and forth to say hi. We'll be following you on, I believe, CompuSport, the program there. So again, the best to look out there. We'll see you out there. And I guess a couple final things that I don't know if we even I think we announced them in the slideshow. We're getting rid of our 8-ball doubles program and our 9-ball doubles leagues. The participation wasn't as good as I thought, so we're going to go back to 8-ball doubles tournaments and 9-ball doubles tournaments. So just like our Jack and Jill tournaments, and we'll do 32 to 64 players based upon the participation, and we'll be sending a team or two out to Vegas to compete in those events, I believe, in the April timeframe. I think we have it set for February sometime. It's on our new calendars. Check out our website, look at the new calendar for the exact dates on that. And let's see, I think that about covers most of it. Electronic scoring, that's listed in the BOG PowerPoint presentation. Take a look at it. That's going to be cool. It's going to be starting up in the spring program, to where we're going to offer to our division reps teams to go electronic scorekeeping, and I'm sure as they play your team and you see how well it's going and how much fun it is and how easy it is not to have to run around and pick up paperwork and drop it off and deal with writing stuff down here and there, and you only have to push 2 or 3 buttons to put up your players, add innings, add safeties, etc., like that. I'm sure everyone's going to want to convert over the 2020 calendar year. We're not going to put a restriction on it being in place in the spring program, but we're going to start it in the spring program. Again, this is something the APA has been working on for the last 2 years. They announced it in April at our convention, and they've been doing testing on it for probably the last 6-8 months in a local marketplace there in St. Louis by the national headquarters. They're opening it up to about half a dozen different small and medium-sized league operations throughout the U.S. for the fall, and they told me I could start it up and give it a try in the spring program. So that's what we're going to do. I think you're going to love it. Again, we just keep wanting to move forward and never go backwards. We want to give you as many opportunities in all areas to have some good fun on a weekly basis, have some good competition on a session basis in playoffs and tri-cups and triannuals and all, and have an opportunity to make it out and have some competition on the national level. So again, I'm going to miss a lot of you. I'm going to miss most of you. Now, a couple of you, no, I'm going to miss all of the players that have played in the APA. I super appreciate dealing with you over the years. My reps, I can't thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. The hosting locations, I can't thank you enough for believing in the APA and hosting us in your facility. I will be around. I am not vanishing, but I'm going to turn over the day-to-day operations, the board meetings, everything to Melissa. Again, I have all the confidence in the world that she's going to do a terrific job and serve you guys well, but I will be ducking in and out of tournaments and things to say hi to everybody. So let's all keep in touch. And until Melissa puts out the next presentation in the September edition, may God bless.